Coming soon on social medias, it's coming soon on social medias, it's S-Class
of zero.
So what tell him, like a bottle of chibuku?
Like a bucket.
To my nature, I criticize on social media. Yeah, I think I'm good at that.
Coming soon on social medias, it's S-Class
of zero.
So what tell him, like a bottle of chibuku?
Like a bucket.
To my nature, I criticize on social media. Yeah, I think I'm good at that when it comes to social media. That's why I really like spending most of my time in social media.
Buli lwenywa kunjaga eyo naye mba sirina ssente ntulaali n'endowooza.
Coming soon on social medias, it's S-Class
of zero.
So what tell him, like a bottle of chibuku?
Like a bucket.
In nature, I criticize on social media. Yeah, I think I'm good at that when it comes to social media. That's why I really like spending most of my time in social media.
Buli lwenywa kunjaga eyo naye mba sirina ssente ntulaali n'endowooza.
So today we have brought back Nathan, like I told you on our Facebook page.
Times two.
And it's going to be telling us on how we can easily use us more money. S-Class runs every Friday and also on Saturdays. And we bring different people to talk about issues that people always face in their day-to-day lives. So today we are going to talk about how somebody can use the small money that he or she has and how to make money. Is it that make money for a business? Yeah. Then Nathan is going to tell you more about himself. He's CEO of Fearless Millionaire,
Yeah.
and he's based in Uganda, but he's an international person, so he's a full appreciation once again.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's good to be back on the show. Hey, everyone. Yeah, so just a brief background about myself and what I've been doing. I've been in business now for like, I think 15 years, but mostly those 13 years of the 15, I spent a lot of time building my own company, but also helping people build their companies. And that is actually how Fearless Millionaire came about. One thing I realized was when I started my business that I was really stuck in fear before I really launched what I was doing. I was so stuck, I didn't know, I had a lot of questions, but I would read. I would read to get the answers. So I'd read, I'd study, and then I got the answer, but then I was lacking still getting started, right? So I'd read maybe okay, how to start a business, how to raise money for a business, all these kinds of things, accounting, all that. And then I still was missing something. So when I discovered what was missing, and I learned how to take action and break through the fear, that's when I got excited about helping people to actually do it themselves. Because so many people would come up to me, Nathan, how did you do it? Can you show me? Can you teach me? Oh my gosh, my DMs, my email, and I was like, how am I going to help all these people? I genuinely wanted to help people, but I didn't have the time. So, and this was before Facebook, before social media.
Sure.
Yeah, it was before all that. Yeah, it was some time ago. So I came up with this company. It was actually called Fearless Life Solutions at first, and we help people with goal setting and starting a company and all those things. And then it got into more very specific. The company kind of changed a bit, and we changed into Fearless Millionaire, basically helping people with consulting in properties, in building wealth. Yeah. So over the years, I've done that. I've done it in 3 different countries, and I've helped people, and I speak all over the world. And that's given me the opportunity to meet a lot of new people like yourself and your viewers, and just to help people in the business that they're struggling in. So that's a bit about my background. Yeah.
That's quite nice. And in Uganda here today, like we are facing right now, there are very many young people getting their small money they always have, and they want to invest into business.
Yeah.
How best can this person use the small money that he or she has to start up something that he or she can? You never know who can grow in the future.
That's very true, yeah. Yeah, so I think the first thing I always think about is, I think about when I got started in business, I didn't have a lot of money, but I found people with a problem. Like that's something like, it's so important. If you can find people with problems, and sometimes you're thinking like, okay, what kind of problems are people having and why do I need to figure out their problem? But that's where the money is made. That's actually what business is. If someone is having chai and they need sugar, there's a problem.
Yeah.
They need sugar. So you provide the solution. Yeah, you provide the sugar. And so one of the things and you can make money from that exchange, right? So money is the exchange of value. That's all it is. It's paper, and today it's digits, right? Mobile money. But it's just the exchange of value. So one of the things I had to discover is I needed to find people with a problem. So what I did was there would be these people who have these, these houses, residents, right? I'd go into a residential area, and I knew they hated removing their trash. They hated it. They hated going, picking it, bringing it to the street. So what I would do is I would charge them it was like 3,000 shillings. So 3,000 shillings at the time. So I'd go and I'd take their trash, I'd move it from the back, and I'd bring it to the front of the street. And I did that with like 50 people. Yeah, that's how I started.
So they used to give you on a daily basis?
Yeah, it would be weekly. So every week, like on a Wednesday, I'd go, I'd start at 4 a.m., and I'd go behind the house and move the trash every week. And that's how I get my money.
So what if me as an individual someone, I have my customer money, let me say like 3 a.m.
Sure.
I want to start up a business.
Yeah.
How do I use this customer money? Like it takes a car, like it's supposed to be so strong. Sometimes you don't want to lose this money. It's not
true, yeah.
So how do I get that courage of me investing this money into the business and getting
and hoping it comes back? Yeah. So first of all, business is actually very risky, right? It's a guarantee. It's a risk. The safest thing you have in the world is a job, and even that you could lose. Even you could lose a job, by the way.
Yeah.
But it's more safer if you have a job. However, you are always capped out. You can't, like if you have a job, you can only make so much until you get a promotion or you get a different job, and there's always a minimum, right? In business, you have the freedom to be your own boss as well and to make more money. But the thing is, if you are buying something, so if we say, if you're supplying, and people, let's say there's 50 people who need sugar, and you can sell the sugar. So the thing is, you take your 3M, you get sugar at a discount from the main company, the manufacturer. Then you buy the sugar with your 3M, and you turn around and you make 4M. You sell it, all your sugar, you with profit, you make 4M. So now you have 1 extra M. So you keep doing that over and over again.
Just playing money.
You're just playing money, you're going back and forth. You have to do that consistently until you continue to build up a bigger amount. Yeah.
Then if you make this 4M comes at once, then are you always allowed to invest this money in something else besides sugar?
You can, of course. I think people, if they do it too fast, then they get more risk and they lose focus. I think what's most important is that when you're building a business, you should stick with it long term. So if you're doing the sugar business, you shouldn't just wait till you have 4 or 5 M in profit. You should wait until you have 100 M in profit. Most people get so excited, they have this money, so they want it. So it's more about reinvesting back into the business. How can I get more sugar cheaper? Maybe I can get it cheaper. Maybe I can deliver it faster.
Look for more suppliers.
Exactly. Look for more suppliers. Maybe I'm getting more customers. That way your profit can get bigger. I think people jump a little too fast. Okay. Yeah.
So sometimes you need people to come and guide you on what you're supposed to do. I think that's what one civil boys learn. Because some of us, if you have money, sometimes call it suicide. Put that money.
Yeah.
Sometimes you expect too much to come. But You either get little or you make a loss.
Yeah, and I think everybody expects a lot in the beginning. Everyone, like, they make an investment, they expect that quick money or it's going to make a lot of money fast, and business is not like that at all. Everything takes longer than you think. Yeah, so if you think it takes 1 year, it's going to take 2 years. Yeah.
Now, Nathan, let me say now I've developed. I have made some money, like big money. Then I want to employ people, bring people on board because I can't run the thing alone. I need to have people who for customers and people who help me move the things.
Yeah.
So how do I get this record I'm going to work with in my company? Do I just need to go and look for this for my friends that they come on board? Or
Well, I would say probably staying away from family or friends when you're starting a business, even though they're like right there, they're easy, you know, maybe they're sitting and they're not doing much. I would stay away from family or friends because sometimes you have to make some hard decisions. You have to let people go. You know, maybe the business is not growing as fast, so now you can, you know, continue to keep them on staff. Sometimes you have to correct people. And sometimes family or friends will be like, why are you talking to me that way? Why are you correcting me? Yeah, so I would say that if you find people who have experience already, maybe they're changing jobs, right? Maybe they have already worked with a sugar company and now they're switching, or they're looking for a different company, but they have experience. I think if you hire people who have experience already, it helps the business go a lot faster. If you're hiring people who don't have any knowledge about it, and you have to train them throughout the whole process, it makes it very hard.
now, what if you could be having this company, the money that you're making may not be able to pay this person salary? That means somebody does come and need like 3M, yet what you think you want to give this person is around 500,000. And this person cannot go with the money you have. You need like 2M for a month. Yet you can't afford this person.
Yeah.
So what do you do for this person? Do you look for somebody else who was...
So yeah, of course you have to put into consideration, like, you know, cost. A salary is a cost to a business. So you would have to put into consideration, you know, do I have the money to pay this person? Because if you don't have the money to pay someone, then they're going to leave you. I mean, what are you doing now, right? I would say in the beginning, if you have a concept that works, if you see that your business is making profit, it's making profit over and over again, you can take that business, you can take your books, your accounting books, and go to a bank or a business partner or an investor and say, look, this is working. Yeah, we've done 6 months of deals. We've sold this much sugar in 6 months. We're doing all this stuff. So this is what's working. Now we need a loan. We're looking to expand. We're looking to bring someone on board. Now you can pay someone salaries. You know.
Now, Nathan, you're putting something of records. That means documentation is also necessary.
Yeah.
Talk about documentation. There are some of us who start business and don't do documentation.
You're right. Yeah, especially for, you know, accounting. Yeah, but you should always have receipts, right?
Receipts of...
Okay, if you spent 3M on sugar, you should have a receipt for that.
Yes, they give us receipts and throw them out.
Oh, no, you shouldn't throw it away. You can't throw it away. You shouldn't. If you throw it away, then this is business. Now, okay, if you go buy some sugar and they give you a receipt, you're like, well, yeah. And personally, I'm going to go buy my sugar, I'm going to get a receipt, I'm throwing it away. But in business, it's different. In business, you need to keep your receipts.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you bought 3M in sugar, then you keep those receipts. Then you sold all the 3M of sugar. You keep those receipts, those invoices. Yeah. So now you can take the paperwork and bring it to a bank, an investor, a partner, or someone and say, look, this is what we bought, this is what we sold, here is our profit. We can do this over and over again and give you a piece every month. You understand? And then a lender or a bank or some kind of partner comes in and says, okay, let's add 10M to this business. Let's add some fire. You know?
I want you to, how important documentation is when it comes to business and investing? Because I've seen very many people, like if they are companies, they have instead of something but they don't have documents. If they are paying their workers, they pay by mobile money or cash.
Yeah.
And if they are buying things, they don't mind about the system they are talking about. They buy around 5 computers, but they don't have the invoices and everything.
Yeah, it's true. Even big companies struggle with this sometimes. You'd be surprised. Like, even though you'll see some big companies, they struggle with this sometimes. But it's so important because in order to get more funding, in order to get, you know, to take someone to take you seriously, especially for the government, like URA, they're going to look for those things. So in business, you definitely have to have they call it a paper trail, you know, a track record of what has been going on. Also for the company, it's good because then you know, look, this is what we started with, this is what we have, yeah. So
and also what I wanted to ask, if I'm setting up my company, how many employees should I have in my
the most expensive thing in any company is the government, is the revenue, the URA, and wages. In any company, those are the most expensive things. More expensive than inventory. Yeah, because inventory, you can sell and make money, but you shouldn't sell people. So the thing is, you have to keep that at a minimum in the beginning. You can't just go out and hire a bunch of people, and then they'll just be sitting around sometimes. You have to hire people as there's more need for them along the way.
And do I need to register my company from my own doing?
Yes, you should always.
What's the importance of registration?
It's important.
Because people come to buy things from me, they're asking for registration.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so we're talking like, okay, if you want to do it right, yeah, of course, anyone can start. A business is like, a business, you bought this watch and I want to buy it from you. Do we need a company? No, right, of course, right. So, but if you want to build, and you're thinking your business long term, and you want to build a company where you're going to raise money, capital for your business, if you're going to expand, bring on employees and all that stuff, you have to do it the right way. And the good thing is, even in Uganda, there is a process that shows you right online how to do your company, do it the right way, and how much the fees are. Yeah, you don't want to get taken advantage by someone who's trying to, you know, help set up your company. And I got taken advantage of one time. This guy, I was setting up a company in the U.S. This guy charged me $6M to start a company. He was a lawyer, and it doesn't cost $6M. But I didn't know.
You didn't know.
I didn't know. It cost like $500,000 to set up a company. But this guy charged me $2M, but I didn't know. I didn't have the information. I believed everything he said, but I didn't ask for advice. And so he took advantage of me. And even when I told my business partner, this was many years ago, I said, oh, I set up the company. He's like, how much did he charge you? I was like, oh, like $2M. He said, what? What? That guy took advantage of you. I'm like, really? He's like, Nathan, no, you know. So that was like 14 years ago. But you know what? The government on their websites have exactly what the fees are and what the process of what to do, and you should follow those processes. And it's important to register your company. Yeah, people will take you more seriously. You have your the TIN number from URA, the business is a name, all those things. Especially sometimes when you're going for, like, if you're buying sugar, doing wholesale, retail, they ask you for your business TIN number. Yeah, they need those things on file for invoices. Yeah.
So you need to register. So you're fine. If you want to start any business, you're supposed to register your company, deal with invoices, keep the receipts, and also note the type of employee that you always have in your business. Then Nathan, I want you to tell us, we young people in Uganda today, we are so much into social media. How good is it when I start putting my business on social media?
Sure.
And what is it, good or bad?
I think social media is a great tool for business if you use it. If you use the business apps, okay. So we have personal and business, right? So there's a personal Facebook page and there's a personal WhatsApp.
Yeah.
There's also a business WhatsApp and a business Facebook. And I think if you set up, I think you can gain a lot of benefit from that, especially with Facebook Business and WhatsApp Business. It's there. It's one, it can cause some free marketing. It can be free marketing for the company. It also, people are, there's a lot of people on those sites, so I think it's a good thing. I don't want to talk so much about, people waste a lot of time on Facebook, like personally chatting and all that. That's whatever, a different story. But when it comes to business, I think it's good. I think it's important. Branding is important, like so people see like your brand, maybe a logo, a phone number is there, where your office is located, those things, right? Also, I think it gives the opportunity for your customers to post, hey, I like this service, let me leave a review. Like on Facebook business page, you can actually leave a review for that company, which is really important. And also, if your customers are happy, get a video of them. Maybe you start a competition, like or a challenge. You say, hey, for the next 5 customers, they get 20% off if they post a video on a Facebook page.
Okay.
How happy they are.
Sure.
You know? So then, now you have your customers engaged and posting. Yeah. It also gives you the opportunity to run a promotion instantly to all the people who like your page. Yeah. So there's a lot of benefits there.
And then that's nice. Well, then still staying on about social media. We have people who like love people who lie about businesses on social media. You go and you follow the page, they show you each other that they have, but when you call the person, you negotiate the deal, and they tell you send them money, but you get no results. You get you don't get what you're paid for.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, unfortunately, that has to do with people, not the platform, right? It doesn't have to do with the social media, it has to do with people. So that comes down to trust. And whenever you're doing business with someone, trust is something that once it's broken, it's very hard to get back. So if someone is a con artist and all that stuff, and one of the biggest things I love to ask, especially everywhere I go, every country, and also no matter where, I always find people who are trying to do some network marketing, or Bitcoin is the next thing, Forex, or whatever it is, okay? And I always ask them a question whenever they approach me, like, oh, you need this, blah, blah, blah. I always ask them, how long have you been doing this? How long has this company been in business? So then they'll say, oh, I've only been doing it for 3 months, but my director has been, how long have you been doing this? Yeah. Have you made money? Has your business, how many hours do you put into this business? How long has this company been around? There was a friend of mine, he said, oh, check this site out, I think it's really good. I'm thinking about investing 2M into this company. Forex, trading, what. Oh, I see a new coin, a new digital coin. So I looked at the company, I looked at the website. The company started in 2018. These guys were all over the world, they're somewhere wherever, they're all different countries. And I was thinking to myself, this doesn't look, there's no customer reviews. I couldn't find enough information online. There was no phone number, no contacts on the website. I was like, something doesn't seem right. So in business, it's really about trust. And I would say if you can, and I'm not saying, oh, never do business with a company who's just starting. That's not fair, right? Yeah. But I would say you have to build a trust with a person. If a company is new, then you want to maybe get to know the owner a bit better. You want to know, because if the company is new, the owner is there. The owner is working and building the business. Get to know the owner, get to know what they do. Maybe you ask around, those kinds of things.
Then Nathan, still, how do I keep my customers? Because we have seen very many people, they start up a business, then they lose customers.
Yeah.
How do I keep my customers? And how do I get more customers?
Yeah, I think, I'll tell you what, it's easier to keep a customer. It's cheaper, it's more affordable to keep a customer than it is to get new customers. As soon as you get a customer, you're going to want to treat them like gold, because they've trusted you. They've given you money. A lot of times what happens is people get a customer and they're chasing another one. And they forget about the one they have. Exactly. So when you treat the customers you have already, they'll actually help you spread the word. They'll use word of mouth marketing, which is very powerful. So that's something that's very important. Keep the customers you have, treat them like gold, and continue to show them attention, give them maybe special promotions that you don't give to the public, those kind of things. When it comes to the public, getting new customers, again, one of the most important things in business is you have to have an offer. Most people think like, oh, let me get this shop, and let me open up the doors and wait for people to come. It doesn't happen that way. You have to have an offer. You have to, if you notice some of the biggest shops, let's look at ShopRite, right? Let's look at ShopRite. They have their flyer. Oh, there's a promotion off here, soda is cheap this week. Well, you know why they do that? Because humans, as human nature, we only move if there's a reason. You understand? There's 2 words that are a lie. 2 words. A sale and a clearance. They're lies. So if you go downstairs, you look around, go look on the signs, you'll see, oh, sale, clearance, sale. That's a lie. There's no such thing. There's no, all they know is, okay, we bought it at 100,000, we increased to 400,000, then we run a sale, 50,000 off, or 10% off. You understand? They know that if they spend 100,000 on that product, they know they should make at least 200,000. So now they increase the price to 400 and then they start discounting. Slowly by slowly. Right. Holiday sale, sale clearance today. You go check Mr. Price, a good example. Mr. Price, ShopRite, that's how business is done. Most people, what they do is they buy the inventory, they put it out there like, oh, you want to buy my stuff? You want to buy my stuff? People are like, why? What's the difference between you and the other guy? And so smart business is all about marketing. Marketing and then also having an offer. You have to have an offer. If there's no reason for someone to buy your stuff because of an offer, like a Martha's Day sale. Why not Ramadan? Look at AfriCell, Intel, the Ramadan sale, Martha's Day sale. Why? Because if there's no sale, people don't care. They're like, oh yeah, I'll buy it when I want. But people, humans, if they hear, oh, there's a discount? Oh, okay. Some people like to buy because they're saving money. You understand? Some people buy because it's a limited time only. Some people buy because they're getting a good deal. That's how humans are. If there was no deals, if there was no limited time only, people would just be like, oh, whatever. They wouldn't spend money. They'd only spend the money they need when they would need it. But what a sale does, or a special promotion, it gets people to move. Yeah.
Then what's the importance of running adverts in newspapers, TVs, radio stations?
This is a big question, but advertising and marketing, an advert is the message of the marketing. So to run an advert, it's to bring out awareness, because people might not know, just people are busy living their life. An advert helps get your marketing and your promotion to your audience, to the right customer, right? The marketing in the adverts is what launches it out there so people are aware, they become aware, like, oh, that's nice, this company, what do they do? Advertising is needed. So advertising, word of mouth marketing, something needs to be done in order for people to become aware.
Then in my company, I don't know that I've made profits, and I should do something else, or I should invest this money and do something else.
I think with anything, whether it's an investment or a business, I think you should always give it a period of time where you invest in something else.
Sure.
Become really good at it, like make a bunch of money out of it. It's like someone, okay, if I was to give you an example, if I was to say the name Sudhir, what do you think?
Sudhir.
Yeah, Sudhir, yeah, the guy.
Sudhir the guy.
Sudhir the guy.
I think of a rich person in Ghana.
You think a rich guy, but doing what?
Is into real estate, into schools, into, I think a lot of things in Ghana.
Yeah, a lot of things, but mostly what? Like the number one thing.
Yeah.
Because you said real estate and you said schools, right? Which is a building. Sudhir is like number one in real estate.
Yeah.
He builds buildings. Right? He builds mostly buildings, apartments, office buildings, all those things, right? That's not, now, he might do other things later on, but I'm talking, if you think about the number one thing, so the longest thing he's been doing the most is real estate.
Yeah.
Then, when he became really successful, he said, oh, let me try this pig farm, let me try chickens, but mostly, if you think of the number one thing, it's real estate. Then if you think about someone else who's done really, really well with something, give me a different name, give me someone else.
Let me talk about
Okay.
He's into bringing new cars.
Cars, great. There you go. He's probably been doing it for a long time. If you told him, hey, do you want to start in the telecom? He'd be like, oh, let me do my cars, because this may be my money. Sometimes what happens is other opportunities will come, and they will take action. They'll say, oh, let me put some 10M on this side. And then it doesn't work. You know why most of the time? Because they're not focused. Focus is everything. If once you're focused on your business and you stay focused, you'll make a bunch of money in that industry. It's not good to have 10 businesses all at the same time. Hey, sometimes what happens is when you'll find a wealthy person, they may have a lot of businesses, but that didn't happen like that right away. They get very successful, they make a lot of money in one business. Then they you on the side, but they never forget their kingdom. They never forget that one thing. You can't forget that. So it's okay to try other things, but usually what happens, those other small businesses are never as good as that one thing.
So they will never leave the first business.
They'll never leave it. They'll always keep that. That is the machine. That is the one thing that they have that they won't let go.
It's the one that you build up opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. It actually provided capital for the other things. You know, that's what it is.
So, Nathan, if you have money, what would you like to invest into Uganda right now?
Real estate, property. Yeah, for me, property. So many times people have come to me, oh, Nathan, you know, you want to become a partner, I have a pig farm, I want to start a pig farm, buy 10 pigs. And I'm thinking to myself, what do I know about a pig farm? Okay, I have the money. I have the money. I can go start a pig farm. Here's 3M. But what do I know about a pig farm? How can I ask this person? How are you going to get the food? How long do the pigs, well, how are we going to make money from pigs? I don't even know. It's like me taking 3M and just throwing it out the window, just that.
Because you have no idea.
I have no idea. Then if I ask this person, you know what I do now? People come for, you know, oh, can you give me some money to be alone? But you know what I say, okay, have you done this before? No. Have you ever raised one pig? No. Okay. Have you ever made money from one pig? No. I'm not investing. How can I give money to someone if they've never even done a bit? You understand? They just have an idea and they think they can make all this money. That happens everywhere. Everywhere in the world, people have that thing like, I want to make money. But you have to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, the best thing is start small. Start with one cow. Start with one pig. Then do another one, and do another one. Then you can go to someone and say, hey, I want to buy 10 cows. I already sold 10 cows on my own. But now I want to buy 10 all at once. Before I was buying one. And then, you know what an investor says when he hears that, oh, you did 10? Now you just want to buy, yeah, you're doing it, it's too slow. Let's add some capital and we'll do 10 and we'll send 10 like that, you know? But when an investor hears, oh, you haven't done this before? It's your first time? That's like throwing money on it. It really is. It's like, if someone feels bad, maybe they think of it like a donation. Okay, here you go, try it. They come back, oh, I lost all the money. Yeah. So, a lot of investors and a lot of people who are in business, who've done big business, they'll hear, what kind of industry? What is the business? Oh, it's not for me. No, thank you. Because they've already done it before. They have experience in losing money. Yeah. And in business, you have to understand that you're going to lose money. It happens. But first, get really good at one thing. If you want to be known for something, let that, like, I only know you. Listen, I don't know how you make money. I don't know what you do for your hobbies or what, but I know you for one thing. You're the host of us. Yeah. So that's what I know you for. Now, you could be doing other things on the side.
Because we're really qualified. Conference meetings, S-class, how we
Exactly.
They know you or what you do.
For what you do. Exactly. And that's what you want to do good in. You get really good at that, and that's it. It's another thing, an example is artists. Okay? Musicians. They become an artist. Just because they're an artist doesn't mean they have all this money flowing to them. But you never know they're making their money on the side. That's kind of that industry. Whether you're an actor or an artist, you're up and coming, you're just starting. You have your income, but you always have to be known for this. Yeah. It's the same thing. In business, you should be known for that. Your main thing. Make money from that thing.
The about Nathan is going to tell us how to get the right partners for our businesses and who should we add in our business and how should we boost our business to boom. Thank you so much for coming back.
Coming soon on social medias, it's S-Class.
So what tell like a bottle of chibuku?
Like a bucket.
To my nature, I criticize on social media. Yeah, I think I'm good at it when it comes to social media. That's why I really like spending most of my time in social media.
Buli lwenywa kageeyo naye sina ssente ntwali nendowooza
Coming soon on social medias, it's S-Class.
Welcome back to the ship commercial break. Remember, S-Class is here every Friday and also Saturdays. And today we are with Nathan from Fearless Millionaire, and still have to how we can use small money, how to invest it in business, and which kind of business can you invest your money into. And today on camera, I have him, the producer of today. And also, don't forget to look up Fearless Millionaires. Nathan is the right person that you can talk with when it comes to business and also investment. He has good ideas and knowledge about investment. So Nathan, tell us on how you can easily use, how you can get the right people into your business.
You know, there was a millennial summit that just happened here in Uganda about 2 months ago.
Yeah,
So close, yeah. Yeah, it was really good. It was actually the older generation to learn how to work with millennials. Yeah. One of the things in that summit that was not surprising to me, but it was surprising to a few people that there was this one guy. He said, I'm in a few investor groups around the city, around KLA. This investment group, that investment group, because he has some money. He's like, I have some money and I want to grow it. So he said, you know what I did? He said, I wanted to start a school, a college, but I didn't have any coin, no coin. And then he said, but I have the desire. So what I did is I started an accounting college and I got 6 other teachers who were good at accounting. We each put in some money to raise 2M. They started a class with 9 students. That was the first year, 9 students. The next year, 18 students. The next year, 50. The next, now, it's been 5 years, 900 students. Every teacher makes a salary, makes money. And the guy told me that he said to everyone in that group, he said, now we've done over 200M in business. And he says, that money is in the bank. I can prove it to you. He says, just from starting from zero. And he said, as the business was growing, what I realized, I would go to these investment groups. He said, there's more money than there is opportunities, than there is people. There's more money than there is people to fit the opportunity. You know what that means? Let me explain. There are so many people out there with money waiting for the right person with the right opportunity. Because most of the time, there's people who just come with no plan. They have a big idea. They want to do all these big things, but they're not ready. They want to jump fast. They don't want to start small. And like this guy was saying at the Millennial Summit, he said, if more people would prepare themselves, plan, get a business plan, take it seriously. There's so many groups out there that people have the money, but they just haven't met the right person yet. So networking and finding the right partner is really important as well. Because there's people out there who want to invest. There is. They have the money, but they're kind of waiting for the right person. Yeah, they're waiting for the right person who's taking some action first. Not just, oh, I have this idea. Yeah, can you loan me some money? And it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. I remember I would go and teach at some churches, and I would do this example, like, okay, we're going to pretend. I'd bring, okay, you would be the example. I'd bring you in front of the stage, in front of the room, and I'd say, okay, you're the business owner, and all the audience, everyone in the congregation has 30M. Every person here has 30M, and you're the business owner. Now you have to tell them, you have to convince them to give you money. And you know what they would say? They would stand up there and say something like, oh, yeah, I have this idea about, whatever, starting a piggery farm, whatever it is. I have an idea, yeah, and they say it in like 10 seconds. 10 seconds, I think piggery, it's good, everybody buys pigs, and yeah, give me your money. And then all the people in the crowd would be like, why would I give you my money? That's what they say. It was very interactive. So the audience was like, why should I give you my money? What's in it for me? You see, the person that I brought to the front of the room didn't care about the money getting back. If you don't care about your investor, why should they do business with you? See, most people only think about themselves. So they think, yeah, how can I make more money, piggery, and then how much money am I going to make? When you have a business partner, when you have an investor or a bank, you know what they think about? Is my money going to come back, and is it going to come back with interest? It's that simple.
So the investors are looking at the interest.
They're looking at interest and they want their money to come back home. Money is like kids. You have your kids, you send them to school. You want them to come back with more knowledge or more interest. It's that simple. No one wants to just throw money out the window. People want money to go out and come back with more money, as if they gained friends.
In simple terms, it's like money makes money.
Money makes money.
Okay.
Money makes interest, money makes profit, yeah.
Then I want to talk about these people who always get money and they go buy cars, buy expensive houses, to relax and chill.
Yeah.
Don't think about investment. What do you think about this that kind of people?
Yeah, I think, listen, having a bigger house and a nice car is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I think what is important is time. Okay, if someone is starting a business and they go raise capital and they get an investor to invest money, and then the next thing you know, they're buying a brand new car. Well, that's a sign that they're too excited, right?
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know if you have ever met really rich people, but my favorite rich people are the ones you can't even tell they're rich. They drive very not so nice cars. They dress very normal, casual. They're not. The ones I get nervous of are the ones that are always in suits. They have the nice car. They're always looking good. Those are the ones I stay away from.
But then before you proceed, tell me how do rich people behave in communities, when they do their business.
I can't speak for all rich people
At least
because
the one you have met.
the ones I know and I've met, because I'll tell you what, I've met one guy, he's right here, I'm not going to say his name. He's in my industry and he has no problem showing you his he has a bracelet that's 1 billion shillings. I'm not kidding you, it's 1 billion, it's beautiful. 1 billion shillings, there's no problem, big belt, cost him like 10M, no problem. But you know what, he has that attitude and that's the way he lives his life. Now, would I do business with him? Maybe not. I've seen that guy go up, I've seen him go down, lose everything. I've seen him go up again and lose everything. I would say he's a good salesman. He's not a good business owner, but he's a good salesman. That means he can sell anything, get some money, but then he loses it. So that's a bit different. Now, the business people that I've run into are typically very humble people, right? They care about their money, they watch it very closely. They make sure that if it's leaving home, if it's leaving the wallet, it's going to come back with interest. Yeah. They're not people who just splash money. Anytime someone splashes money like that and just...
But you have seen people who splash money, you have seen
Of course.
splashing money.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it bad to splash money because I want it money and it's supposed to?
You're asking me. So I can't speak for other people. There's people who do that and that's their life, that's fine. I would say, I think when I look at my mentors and I look at sometimes the richest people in the world, okay? I've never seen the richest people in the world splash money like that. Okay, when I look at Jeff Bezos of Amazon, the richest man in the world now, I've never seen him on TV, in paparazzi or on social media, go into a club, splashing money, buying drinks, buying a nice car. No. He still drives a junk a junk Japan car that's from, I think, 2001. I think that's the year. Still to this day. Then, there's so many people that if you think about, now when I see some other people who are like out there okay, remember that big wedding? It was the biggest wedding in Uganda of all time. This husband and wife, they came out of nowhere, they were splashing money very well. SK. Okay. Everyone's like, oh my God. Then what, 3 months later, con artist, one's in prison. You understand? That's my point. The wealthiest, look, Warren Buffett, that old investor, he's like 80 years old. He doesn't even have a smartphone. He has this little small phone. Richard Smith, he can buy the best iPhone in the world. Doesn't even own it. Why? It's not about having, see, money is a habit. Getting more money is a habit. If you spend money quickly, you're never going to have a lot of it. Because it's a habit. It's like brushing your teeth. If you do it every day, it's a habit. So just like money, the way you earn it, the way you spend it, it all becomes in your habits. And if you're the type of person who always has to be borrowing money, then you have bad habits. That's simple. Yeah.
Then how do I get to know that this is the amount of money I need to make business?
Well, that's a tough question. Depends on the business, because every business is going to be different. There's some businesses today you can start with literally no money. Literally, make no money. You could just go and offer a service, and that's a cheap way to get started in business. But if you're thinking about buying like sugar or big large amounts of things, or wood or a stone and stuff like that, it's a bit different if you're doing that kind of a business. But you have to start small and then maybe find partnerships.
And how do I save my money and don't use it? Because you have seen that sometimes you go and open up a saving account,
Yeah.
but time reaching the movies might be buy a phone,
Yeah.
How do I save my money and I don't use it?
This is where budgeting comes in. But most people are not very good with personal budgets. But if you go to a big company, they have budgets. You have to request in the finance department to get money. And the finance department will say yes or no. People don't have that in their life, their personal life. They don't have that. It's like, oh, it's my money. It's in my account. I can do whatever I want. Exactly. You can't do that in business. Even if you run the business yourself, you have to ask yourself for permission. Is this needed? It's a lot of self-discipline. And most people don't have that. What I would recommend is that you should start with a personal budget. So I'll just give you an example. In my home, in my family, what we do is we have the envelope method. Have I told you this before? No. The envelope method. You get some cheap envelopes, you have them. On each envelope, we write food, we write power, like fuel, fuel. Then we write allowance. We write for the kids, right? Okay, so we have all these envelopes, okay? Then, so I do it monthly. Some people can do this weekly, however you want, but I do it monthly. So every month, I take a bunch of money, and I say, okay, here are my envelopes. Then I say, okay, kids get 100,000. 100,000 for the kids. Food, whatever, 300, 400,000, whatever it is. That's it, there's that. Okay, now, that's June 1st. That money has to get me all the way to the end of the month. You understand? If you do that consistently, you're going to find, and you're going to be thinking okay, this is what I usually spend. Am I spending more in this area or am I spending less? Also, you think okay, how can I spend less? Maybe I want to reduce on food. Maybe I'm eating too much food. Maybe I'm eating 5 meals a day instead of 3, right? So you say, oh, I'm spending 500,000. Maybe how can I reduce this to 3, right? You understand? It's just that awareness and being mindful of what you're doing with your money. That goes right into business, boss. Right into business. Most people who don't have a good personal budget with their own finances will not have a good budget in business. They won't mind their money.
Well, then, what if I say this month I'm going to use a amount of money, and the month before the month ends, all this money has been used up?
It's true, yeah, and it happens. Of course, it's going to happen in the beginning, especially if you're starting off. This is why you have to do this when you're first starting your envelope method. You have to say, okay, let's do an estimate. How much is the sugar? How much is our milk? How much is our bread? How much is this? You have to calculate, okay, we spend about 200,000. Let's just say 200,000. Okay, so now you put 200,000 every month for that. Or every week, you pay that by a week, however you want to do it. So you say, okay. Now, if you say, hey, it's 2 months, 2 weeks remaining and I don't have any more money in the food money. Why? Oh, maybe you had a party. You understand? Maybe you invited a bunch of people that you should not have done that month. You understand? It's those little decisions that make a big difference. And it's going to happen. The biggest one that happens is someone asks you for more money. Oh, can you send me 10,000? Can you send me 20,000? Okay. There's another envelope that we have called giving away money. Giving away. Okay? Because I know, listen, when I came to Uganda, because it's not so common in Portugal where you have people always asking you, you have 10 euros? Do you have 5 euros? No, it's not too common. Okay? So in Uganda, when I came, I was like, hey, why are these people asking for money, like just for transport, just for this, for that, right? So it's kind of common that way. But the giving away envelope, let's just say 50,000 as an example. And if it's 5,000 for someone, some people it's 5,000, some people it's 500,000. I'll give you an example of 50,000. So every month, or every week, you put, let's say, 5,000 there. So when someone asks you, boss, I need 50K, and you know in that envelope is only 10K. So you know what? Let me check my envelope. Let me see how much is there. And if it's there, I'll give it to you. If nothing's there, I have nothing to give you. You go, boss, there's only 10K here. Here's 10K. And that's it.
Tell us about the things of giving money. Because we have found out that some of us will have money and the friends come crying. There's no one, I need 100K. So like, I don't have 100K with me right now, but I can give you 100K. Maybe you move back from my bank account. And you get that money from your account to this person. And
you'll be broke. You'll be broke before you know it. Yeah, you'll be broke. But you know why? You don't have a budget. You know how many people will come to you? Yeah. That person will come to you, and then another person, and then another. And when do you say no? When does it stop? For you, never. You'll be broke, and then everybody will keep living.
Sure.
You understand? If you don't have a stopping point and say, no, I can't, because you don't have a budget. If you don't have a budget for giving away money, then anybody can come to you, and anybody will ask you over and over again. It's just like, I don't know if you're Christian or whatever, but the thing is, it's like, you know, in the Bible it says, give to Caesar what is Caesar's, right? Pay your taxes, pay your tithes, 10%, right? So why is there no budget? Why do people not have a budget for how much they give to people?
but they are saying, the Bible says, giving hand is better than receiving hand.
Yeah, that's fine. Then give away everything you have. Then give away everything you have. Where is your boundary? You understand? Because if there's no order, if there's no boundary, you will never grow. You will never grow.
So I'm supposed to know who to give money, when and where, not always.
You should have boundaries. Let me tell you something. You know, what's the business that gives money out? What business gives money all the time to people?
Banks.
That's right. Don't they have a process?
They do.
Don't they say yes or no?
Yeah, they do, depending on the business.
Exactly. When you are lending money, you are now a personal bank. So now, if you give your money out and without interest, most people don't do interest, which is fine. But if you give your money out and your money never comes back, guess what? You'll be out of business. If banks gave money out and never got it back, they'd be out of business. That's why banks say, okay, we'll give you 1 billion shillings. You're going to give us that property. Because if you don't pay us back, we're going to take your property. You understand? If you as a person are not having a condition on that money, okay, listen, if you want to give the money as a gift, okay, thanks, bye, have a nice day. That's different. But if you don't have some boundaries, you'll be broke. You'll never have money. And unfortunately, most people will just have excuses. Oh, you have the money, but then you're like, oh, I don't have the money right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't, but now you're lying. You understand? So just come up with a system. And for me, and I didn't make this up, by the way, I learned this from my mentor, who was much more wealthier. And I was in so much debt, boss. I owed probably 800 M. I'm not kidding you. I was 20 years old. I owed 800 M to a bank, and I didn't have the money. And I was like, oh my God, how am I going to pay this money? I went to this guy. He had a lot of money, a lot of real estate. I said, boss, how am I going to get in this situation? He said, you know why you're this broke? You know why you have no money? Because you don't know how to manage your own money. I was like, what do you mean? I didn't understand. He said, you don't know how to manage your money because you have no boundaries. And he's the one who showed me the envelope system. He said, you have to have these boundaries. Otherwise, you'll give out your money, you'll go to a bar, you'll buy everyone drinks, you'll go for a party, you'll buy all the gifts. You'll never have money. Yeah. You have to have boundaries.
I think now Nathan has told us a lot of information which something that you need in the future.
Yeah.
You know, like,
personal and business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then what would be your last plan for?
Oh God, let's keep it simple. My last words are going to be subscribe to his YouTube channel.
Yeah, please subscribe my YouTube channel. It's called S+256.
Yeah, get over to the YouTube. Honestly, I think YouTube and Facebook, get over to our YouTube channels. You can check him out on YouTube. You can go over to Fearless Millionaire on YouTube. You can Google search Fearless Millionaire and it will come up, Facebook and YouTube. We do trainings on YouTube on almost a weekly basis. There's a bunch of videos on there already. Yeah, and like our pages. And if you got some value out of this, then be sure to like or send us a comment so that we know. And then, yeah.
And then don't forget to drop us out their comments and also
Yeah.
what you loved about the show. Don't forget also to press the share button and also invite more people on the page and so that we keep the love growing. Remember, this is class we are every single Friday and Saturdays, and also don't forget to go to China and because with family services. Remember, there is now internet club school by free with family services for adults 18 to 24 years, Monday up to Friday. And don't forget also to share the love. Don't forget also to be a good person in communities, help our friends. Don't forget also to pray for God that guides you every day. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye bye.